First of all, there are pieces of Jonathan Paredes and Naz Delgado over there. They are two graduates from last year who both finished their freshman year at FIT, both as honor students. This is Catherine Duran's portfolio that we presented to FIT, and they have accepted her. She's going to be a freshman next year as an illustration major. You all know from when you started that what we're here for is to help you all to be able to go to college. And here's living proof for next year of the 4 next kids from the Dolan Academy. They are our 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th graduates. So far, 11 graduates, 11 college students. So we're The Fred Dolan Art Academy has now been in existence for 4 years. During those 4 years, we've worked with 35 or 40 kids at a time, and 11 have now graduated from the program. All 11 have been accepted to college, most on full scholarships, some of them on partial scholarships.
They email you to make sure that you did everything that you're supposed to do to be on track to go to college. It's not just, I'm going to teach you how to draw. It's, I'm going to teach you how to get to where you need to be.
And I told them I'm going to art class tomorrow. I have to wake up early. They go, wait, you're on a Saturday, you're going to school? Ew, why? Then I go, well, it's because I'm going to go do something I like doing. So it's, with me, it's perfectly fine to wake up really early if I'm going to go draw. So when I come here, I feel really excited. I'm really happy. I'm really hyper. And like it's a good way to start my day, my Saturday, my weekend.
When we started this school, there were 6 kids that I met with, and one of them was this very shy, almost embarrassed little boy, 8th grader. I handed them each a sketch pad and a miniature pumpkin, and I said, I'd like you to go home and spend the next month drawing the pumpkin. Now the sketchbook has 40 pages in it. This boy, Jonathan Paredes, had every single page filled with drawings. There were a remarkable number of very polished, very finished pieces of art. Nothing was done in a very sketchy way. It absolutely amazed me.
The more you know, the more you realize you don't know that much.
But when I began to teach watercolor, he was in a state of struggle. He couldn't do it. And he was getting more and more and more frustrated. And finally I went to him and I said, Jonathan, you know, you don't have to be great at everything. If watercolor isn't right for you, well, pass on to something else. You can learn colored pencils or markers or pen and ink. And he said, no, I want to learn watercolor. And when I asked him why, he said, because it's hard for me.
Me, along with a few other people, I decided to be more open-minded, like how I was with the Fred Dolan Art Academy, and I learned a lot. And I just improved in mediums I didn't think I would improve.
And when we put a portfolio together of his work for the illustration department to review at FIT, not only was he accepted on a full scholarship, but the director of the committee said to me, we have never seen watercolors on this level by a kid from high school.
My mother, yeah, she's really proud of me. She tells me almost every day. Every time I show her a new piece, she's like, wow, it's amazing. And that always encouraged me to do more.
Turns out that Naz had witnessed the death of his father, personally witnessed him dying, and the experience was so traumatic, so terrible for him, that he started acting out. He started getting into trouble. He started hanging out with the wrong kids. And after a couple of years of failing at school, not showing up, getting into all kinds of trouble, the thought came into his mind that he could either continue going in that direction and ruin his life, or change everything. Now I have to tell you, at this time he had, I think, a 52 average in school. And there was almost no prospect of him being able to go to college. And when he said, "Is it too late for me?" I asked him, "What do you mean?" He said, "I'd really like to be able to go to college." And I said, "Listen, you've got to make me two promises. The first thing is that you're going to start working from Monday to Friday to get your grades up. And the second thing is you have to be here with us every Saturday. We'll work with you on your portfolio. And hopefully by the beginning of your senior year, your work will be good enough that we can get you into a community college." So I showed up the next Saturday, and Naz was there waiting for me. And the same thing happened the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. And it became very clear to us that he was very, very determined to work as hard as he could, which he continued doing. And I had him drawing his left hand to learn to draw. And it became clear that he had a fair amount of talent. He wasn't exceptional, but he was a very motivated kid. And then I found out a couple of weeks later that his next report card had just come out. He got an 87 average. He had taught himself to use Photoshop, and when Cornelius asked him about the images, he pulled out a little cell phone and showed him a postage stamp sized image, which you could hardly see. So Cornelius said, "Would you mind if I took these images, I downloaded them, bring them home, print them up, and I'll bring them back next week for everyone to see?" And Naz said, "Okay." And so I came in the next Saturday, and Cornelius came running up to me and said, "Neil, you've got to come see what I've got here." He called all the teachers together. I walked in to the room, and there on a table is spread out about 18 or 20 pieces printed on 8.5 by 11 paper, and I almost fell on my face. Because what I recognized immediately was I didn't know who this kid was. There was this amazing, remarkable talent that was sitting there right in the room with us for more than a year, and none of us really knew what we had. And we immediately said, "Naz, if you're willing to work real hard, there's a deadline of 2 weeks from today for submitting portfolios to FIT. If you're willing to work every waking hour for the next couple of weeks, we can put a portfolio together." And we did. And to make a long story short, he was accepted with a full scholarship. And Naz not only finished the year with a 3.3 GPA, he was voted the most likely to succeed in the freshman class at FIT this year.
What's next for me? I want to open a gallery to showcase my work. And I'm doing commissions. I have clients. I do personal work for myself and my website. Trying to put new stuff on my website every week, 5 pieces. I spend like 2 days on one piece. That's my goal, just spend 2 days on one piece and move to the next one.
So now that we've finished 4 full school years at the Academy, we're very, very excited about the future. We're hoping that we can raise additional money so that we can hire more teachers and attract more kids and make this wonderful school available to as many motivated young artists from the Bronx as we can.